Hey YouTubers, this is the Stick Figure Picker and I'm back with another flea market, thrift store, and antique store haul for you. I know it's been a while since I've done a haul video. I just came back from Austin, Texas a little over a week ago and I had a blast. Met up with Tanya at Thrifty Treasures, I met Texas Gal Treasures, aka Margaret. Met a bunch of people I've been watching for the last 4 or 5 years, which was awesome. Kind of weird because I'm used to seeing them through a computer screen and not in person. Met Bonafide, I met Rakin, I met Eric, aka College Picker, a bunch of people that I had been watching for a while. Getting down there was a little challenging for me. I had to be up at 3 in the morning just to make it to the airport to catch my flight at 5 o'clock. It was about 5:45. And then I had an hour layover in Dallas, and then it took me 23 minutes to get from Dallas to Austin. And then I was up, so I was up from 3:15 a.m. the previous day, and then I was up till 2 in the morning the following day, so you can only imagine how physically exhausted I was. When we hit the hotel room for the first night, I was dead. As soon as I hit the bed, I was asleep. I was so tired. I had a great time, got to explore a city I'd never been to before, so I had, again, blast. I hated leaving, but I was kind of sick the entire time I was down there. The water, if you don't know, is pretty darn bad in the city. The last night we were there when we had the barbecue meetup, I lost a lot of water, so my electrolyte levels were dangerously low. I was shaking. I thought I was dehydrated. I was a mess. And then on top of that, I had to be up super, super early just to catch my flight back home. So I had to be at the airport. I think my flight was at 6, and then I had about an hour layover in North Carolina, and then I made it home at about 1 o'clock here in Baltimore. So that's a little bit of my Austin experience. Great experience. I'm definitely going back. I got a free membership. They did a raffle at the barbecue, and I got a free membership for the year, so they won't charge me $200 to be in the group again, so that's a big thumbs up. Okay, so enough of my little rants here. Let's get on to what I found. There is one item that I did miss in my last haul video, so I do apologize for that. I'm going to show it to you right now. Alright, I don't know where or how I managed to pick this kind of stuff up, but this is something that's very, very cool. And if you ever see it out picking and you can get it for a really good price, I highly recommend picking it up. Anything Panther related with mid-century modern can be very, very collectible and very, very desirable. I got this TV lamp, and unfortunately, I don't know how well you all can see it, but right here there is a crack, but that doesn't affect the displayability of this. This I did pay $7 for. It's going to be for me. I'm not going to resell this because I love it so much, and it does work. Definitely going to go on a vintage TV that I get in the future, I think. So that's all I got from the last. That was the one item that I missed, and I apologize if that went out of focus. Alright, now I'm going to get to the other stuff that I picked up at one of the markets just down the road from me. I guess I'll start off with this item. Do any of you all know what this is? I'll give you a few seconds to figure it out. If you don't know what this goes on to one of the old Sunbeam mixers from the 40s or the 50s. No cracks or chips. I think, God, I paid $40 for a bunch of stuff, so can't even remember what I paid for some of the stuff because it was so long ago. But you put it on top of the mixer, and I think it goes right here, where you attach it to the mixer, and you can make sausages or something like that, and it comes out of here. I'd never seen it cheap, so when I saw this one at the market, I was like, I might as well grab this because I'd seen them at antique stores for like $20, $25, and y'all know I'm not ready to pay that for these, so. Paid $22 for the mixer, $5 for this, so it's $27, and I have an awesome Sunbeam mixer that I'll be able to use in the future. Pick this up. This was something that was very, very cool. It's like a traveler's wallet. Presentation, and it's actual genuine leather. It's in the box, which is fantastic, which means I might be able to get more for it than I had anticipated. I'll show you what it looks like. It's very, very cool. You know, you've got your passports. Let me see if I can focus on that for you. Sorry about the glare. Passports, continental currency, US and English money, credit cards. And over here you have your airline ticket slot, rail and steamship ticket slot, landing cards, luggage checks, traveler's checks. So that really dates this because rail and steamship, we don't have that anymore. So that was in the box. I think I'm probably going to ask, maybe I'll do $39 or $49.99 or best offer, just to see if I get any watchers or someone makes me an offer, because this is truly a really nice piece. It was made here in America. It's not cheap leather. It's not that Chinese crap that we pick up nowadays. And it's still soft. This is not rough or anything. So this was well taken care of. Alright, and you all know how I feel about my vintage media. I love my vintage media. I don't know why or how I picked that up, but I just did, and I love it. So this one, I mean, maybe it's kind of risque, I guess you could say. It's from 1959. American men are sex saps. And, you know, I guess I can understand why a lot of people in those days thought that men were sex saps, because, pardon the expression, but men are just sexually driven. That's all we are. We are very sexually driven humans. But don't get me wrong, sometimes I hate being a dude just because of some of the way men are in society, so part of me hated it, especially when I was younger. You know, all the kids who were going through adolescence and things were going crazy, people were going through all those changes, and it was just a nightmare, and I was one of the mature ones, so it made me kind of mad that I had to be stuck with all the immature punk holes. Anyway, this is from 1959, just a neat little graphic magazine with pin-up-y images in it. Let me see if I can find the page that I liked the most. Yeah, I liked these kinds of pages with women in those skimpy outfits. Sorry if I offend any of you. Where's that one? Because there's a girl in like a really, really risky outfit. Let me see if I can find it for you. Yeah, we got that, which I think is awesome. Now, here we go. Just risky. You know, she's wearing fishnet stockings. We got Vivian Weboff, who I have no idea who that is. Where's the girl? Where's that picture? You know, we got just very risque, controversial issues, which I love. Let me see if I can find that page, because there's one page in here I particularly liked a lot. If I can't find it, I apologize. But there was a girl in here who was wearing pasties. I guess I can't find it. 1959. Didn't pay much for this, so I love it. Next one, as you all know, I do push my limits when it comes to magazines when it turns of the decade. So this one's from 1960. I typically only pick up magazines from pre-1960, so I kind of pushed myself to get these because the graphic images were still kind of 50s. So I decided to pick them up, and true confessions, he swore we were married. But were we? Were we? How can a wife know? Cruel Killer and Gentle Husband. The Shocking Double Life of the Man I Love by Jane Bloth. Bleth. However you pronounce that. Again, if you ever see the old magazines, whether you're at an antique store or something, they're definitely really, really interesting to look up or look into. Alright. Not really sure if this is an actual vintage bottle, but this is something that Liz Taylor put out in the 1980s. Liz Taylor, as you all know, was a jewelry and perfume lover. So this is one, I think this was like a small little gift sample of Passion that she made in the 1980s. I bought a gift set from a dog rescue charity booth. It was $2 for the set. I got a bunch of other perfumes that I'm going to probably look up and see if I can get anything for. Two of them I'm actually, as crazy as it sounds, I'm going to keep. One is White Diamonds by Elizabeth Taylor, and then there's A Red Door by Elizabeth Arden. I'm not keeping those to wear. I mean, no offense to anybody who likes that perfume, but it smells like an old lady. No offense, but it's true. But my grandmother used to wear that stuff all the time, so every time I smell it, I smell her. And as potent as that stuff is, I can't not smell it because I smell her every time I smell it. So yeah, I'm going to look up all those different perfumes and see how they do. Hopefully I'll make some money. Not sure if this was a good pickup or not. It's a Raggedy Ann doll. I think it was $1. I picked it up because it has this I Love You stitching in it. I think it maybe was a handmade piece. I'm not entirely sure. I looked them up. Probably going to put this one up for $14.99 or best offer. Probably take a best offer of $10. It is a little dirty up here. I'm not going to attempt to clean it because I may ruin it. But I think that should help boost my sales. I mean, sales have been slow anyway because it's summer, but go figure. Alright, that's it for all the flea market stuff. Now let's quickly get into the thrift stuff. I got one item at the Salvation Army near me, and then the rest of the stuff is the vintage stuff I picked up in Austin, Texas. So this is something I highly recommend looking for when you're out picking. This is vintage Murano glass. This is made by the company Lavorazione Arte Murano, made in Italy. And the label is vintage. I looked it up on eBay just to make sure. I paid $3.99 for this. And it does have a little bit of issues regarding the bottom, like it's kind of rough down here. But I looked this glass up itself, and I'm probably going to be able to get $40 to $45 for this. Make sure I wrap it real well and make sure it gets packaged pretty darn well to make sure that it makes it safely to its destination. It's a beautiful piece. It's hand blown. I don't typically buy glass, but this was something that I had to pick up when I saw how much it was going for on eBay. So definitely be on the lookout for that vintage Murano because that stuff will sell. Alrighty. Now I got a few things from the Goodwill outlet. I'll direct your attention over here. Let me just move it over real quickly. So we hit a bunch of thrift stores and pawn shops, which I'm getting into, trying to go in to see what I can find to source from those places. I'm also trying to do a little bit of retail arbitrage, not too much, because I'm really not into that kind of thing, but since I started Amazon, I tell myself I might as well try. Now, the Goodwill outlet, I spent $24, and I think it was like 68 cents or something like that. I bought so much stuff, I actually had to send a bunch of stuff to Amazon while I was down there because I couldn't lug it all home, so I had to send a lot of it away. It was mostly Amazon, so you know that that won't be part of my hauls at all, but well, this is one thing that I managed to snag, and it has the original landline to it. Landline. Alright. It's this I think it's Westinghouse. Western Electric, sorry. Western Electric rotary dial home phone. Now, I can't even use this to save my life. It was broken, unfortunately, but I'm going to list this on eBay for probably $24.99 or best offer. Listed it as used for parts because the ringing mechanism got stuck, and I'm not sure how to fix these old phones. So I'm just going to send it in like that, or I'll list it as is for parts. Alright. This also came from the Goodwill outlet. I assume this is probably from the 1950s or 1960s. It's an old clutch purse. Here's what the inside looks like. The brand is JR USA, if you guys can see that. Let me zoom in for you. And I'm not really sure what I can get for this. I might list this for $34.99 or best offer. Might have to clean it up a little bit because it is a little dirty here. Maybe it's just scuffing from the paint coming off or something. So yeah, that's kind of a festive purse, I guess. I haven't sold that many vintage purses in a while, but I figured these vintage ones, especially at Christmas time, if someone's giving them as a gift, they'll definitely buy them. Alright, last two items for this haul video. I managed to pick up just some glassware items. One's to resell, one's to keep. This one is for me. I thought it was a vase originally, but it is a beer glass. It's probably made by Libby. Lakeside Treasures with JoJo, if you're watching this, let me know if you've seen this pattern before when you've been out thrifting. Because I have no idea what the pattern is, but I love it because it's gold and blue. As you can see, I paid $1.98, but when we went to the Texas thrift store, everything yellow tagged that day was half off, so I got this for 99 cents. So I'll either be using that or I'm going to do something with it because I love it. And it was only a single glass, and I'm surprised it made it home safely. But it did. Oops, sorry guys, flash went out. I hope you all will be able to see the stuff still. Alright, last item for this haul video is this vintage oil lamp. I paid $10 for it. It's made by the brand Josefina, handmade in Poland, Krosno. I looked this up before I bought it, and I can probably get $49.99 for it. I'm probably going to list it for $49.99 or best offer just to see if anybody makes me an offer, if I get watchers. When I did buy it, it was in great shape, but unfortunately I had to give one of my bags to the airlines, which I shouldn't have, excuse me, because look what happened to it. They were not careful. I had it wrapped in bubble wrap and everything, and then this happened. It's broken. So I'm going to mention that in the listing. I'm sure someone will just turn it this way and not have it being displayed with that chip on it. I paid $10 for this, so again, that was a little bit of a risk that I was taking, but I'm willing to take it. It's not broken anywhere else. It just needs to be cleaned up a little bit. but I think that will do pretty well. So that's all I've got for you today. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. If you're interested in seeing what I'm doing up in Maine, head on over to Periscope, download the app, follow me on there under the Stick Figure Picker, also known as V Romano 1995. Head on over to the 2 Facebook groups that I am a part of, Thrifty World and International League of Thrifters. Green Room is only for Green Room members only, so if you're not a Green Room member, you won't be able to access the page. And thank you all for watching.